Hey everybody, Man in the Mayhem here, how are we all doing today? Today I want to talk to you about an absolute game changer in the world of MeshTastic, and that is the LiLyGo TDeck Plus running the Fancy UI. So for anyone who doesn't know what MeshTastic is, it is an open source, off-grid, decentralized mesh network built to run on affordable, low-powered devices. Now usually I run this sort of thing off a small little chip node that I will have put in a bedroom window or in my attic to allow me to connect to other devices. But to be able to actually send messages, I have to connect my mobile phone to it. What makes this device standalone from that is that it's all in one. You don't need to have a phone to actually be able to send messages across the mesh if you have this device. Now this device has been available for a while, but the big difference now is that Fancy UI is now available through MeshTastic. That allows us to use this device with its touchscreen and its QWERTY keyboard to actually navigate through different settings and be able to send messages to different nodes and across the main platform. So what we'll do is I'm going to get this over to the top-down camera, we'll have a look what it can do and what settings are available on it, then we'll go over to the desktop and I'll show you how to actually install MeshTastic Fancy UI onto this device, showing you a little cheat code to be able to make it available to you. Right, so this is the MeshTastic Fancy UI, and as you can see it looks absolutely fantastic. What's really nice about using it with this device is the fact that this is actually a full-blown colour touchscreen. So we can actually work through our settings like so to be able to actually see what's going on. So here we've got our home screen which says no new messages, what nodes are available, what the uptime is, what frequency we're currently running on, whether or not we have signal through GPS. At the moment I've set it to banner only so I won't get notifications, and it also says that there's a SD card in there, and so on and so forth. We can then see what nodes are available to me locally. At the moment you won't see any nodes connected as I am sat inside of a microwave. You'll be able to see your auto channels here, so if you want to be able to swap channels to different channels you can do. You can also just use your long fast here as well. We have our map. I have not put a map pack on here yet, so you won't be able to see where these are on actual location of the map, but eventually you will be able to see where things are. And then we have our settings. So in our settings we can set our name, we can set our region, we can have our modem presets, we can have our channel presets, we can have our device role, we can set our Wi-Fi, screen timeout, lock on and off, screen brightness, the theme, whether it be dark mode or light mode, calibrate our screen. We can turn our messenger alerts on and off, change our language, reset our configurations, back up and restore our profiles to our SD card, and then we can also reboot and shut down. One of my favourite things on this is actually the tool section here, where we can detect meshes, we can do a signal scan, we can do a trace route, check statistics, and we can also packet log. So as you can see, you have absolutely everything you need in here to have it as a standalone node to be able to walk around with and find as many different other nodes as you would like. I've been using this particular device to actually help me find out where I need to put some other nodes so I can start connecting with other people to try and build the mesh network where I live. So now let's move over to my desktop PC where I'll show you how to install this software onto this device. So to be able to put our device into boot mode so we can actually see it when we're trying to flash the firmware on this, we need to plug in a USB to the USB-C, we need to hold down the trackball, and we need to turn the device on. If the device doesn't actually turn on, the screen says black, you know that this has been successful. So to be able to flash this device we need to go over to MeshTastic.org, we need to come down here and choose our device. So we are going to go to LiLyGo and we are going to go look for our TDeck Plus. You see it's got the full specification here, it's got all the features on the actual board. You'll be able to see what the keyboard shortcuts are for different things. So one that I didn't know here was that you can turn the keyboard backlight on with Alt and B, so I'm looking forward to trying that in a second. And it gives you some information about how to flash your TDeck. So now we've checked the documentation around the device, we're going to come to flasher.meshtastic.org. We're going to come to our target device and we are going to go and select LiLyGo TDeck. We are then going to have to put in our secret code. We're now going to have to insert the actual code, which is the Konami code. So it's up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A. And notice that the screen turns black. Once the screen turns black, you'll see that we can see the pre-releases here, and we'll actually be able to use the technical reviews to be able to do the Fancy UI. So we'll then select this, we'll click Flash, Continue, and we'll then pick our board from here and click Update. So just make sure that you click the Fancy UI and you do a full erase and install to make sure everything is fresh and clean. I'm not actually going to do this because mine is currently set up and I don't want to lose the settings that I've currently got in place, as I've not backed them up onto an SD card yet. And once you've done that, just reboot your device by turning it on and off again, and it's as easy as that, and you are all set up and ready to go. Right, so that's your lot. I hope you've enjoyed this video about the new LiLyGo T Plus, as well as that with the fancy UI from MeshTastic and how useful it is to have an all-in-one device rather than having to use a mobile phone to connect to your MeshTastic nodes. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, follow and subscribe, and join me next time for the next video. Happy hacking!